my gosh, I've been watching this online and now I'm here. I'm Danny Roebuck. How are you? I'm an actor from River's Edge, from Cave Girl, really. If you're watching this channel, I'm sure you know my work in Cave Girl.
Now, let's move on to the biggie.
And of course, I'm the new Grandpa Munster in Rob Zombie's The Munsters. I think I'm part of the Severin family. I have been on a couple of the releases, and I'm excited to be part of My Grandpa is a Vampire, featuring the one and only forever Grandpa, Al Lewis.
Give me 5, and 5 makes 10.
Here we are, and I get, this is like, I remember when we were kids. Do you remember that? Those lucky little a-holes would win 5 minutes at Toys R Us or Kitty City, and they'd be grabbing all the stuff off the shelves. So I thought that this was what that was, but then I was informed I don't grab everything. I just grab a few things. So let's find some wonderful Severin product.
Now slow down! Slow down!
There's titles here that I'm so thrilled that you have. One of the ones I wanted to run to immediately was Penelope Spheris, The Boys Next Door. So this is the movie she made, I think, right before Dudes, that stars John Cryer and I. This is a great LA movie.
Hollywood, land of opportunity. Give me a head till I'm dead, mama.
And I remember seeing it right when I came to town, things I remember from years ago. But Penelope's a wonderful filmmaker. She once told us that on this movie, Max Caulfield and Charlie Sheen left the set one day.
She wanted to ride, all she had to do was ask.
And then one day while we were filming, she said something about Cryer and I weren't maybe paying attention or something. And we were like, well, at least we're here. Okay, now, Count Dracula. Christopher Lee, Count Dracula. Wait, look. Christopher Lee, Count Dracula. Jess Franco, Count Dracula. I'm in, 100%. Plus, by the way, oh, look. Count Dracula has a mustache. What? Just like Bram Stoker wrote it. Jess Franco, obviously the only guy who read the novel before he made the movie. It's been funny lately because that's the mustache heard around the world. Grandpa doesn't have a mustache because Rob put a mustache on me. Well, I can promise you, I know enough about Rob Zombie to say he's seen this movie. And he is a fan of all genres. And of course, Dracula has a mustache and Grandpa Munster is Count Dracula. See, again, mustache, me.
The Dracula, indeed.
Okay, now, if you feel like having a horrible day, there's many choices here at Severin, because the term horror is probably in 50% of every title they've put out. You've got Horror at Party Beach. Now, you may not think, who cares, but who my age doesn't remember the Warren Publication magazine of Horror at Party Beach, where they kind of made it like a comic book. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to put that back because what I was really grabbing was Horror Express. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Telly Savalas. Kojak meets Van Helsing meets Dracula. Are you kidding me? Like, what was it like for these actors? Peter Cushing goes to the phone. Hello, Christopher, darling. Peter, how are you, darling? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. You're doing what? Dracula? Oh, that's something new. What are you doing next Thursday? Would you like to go to a train? We'll see you there. We're taking the train and we're going to make a movie. Cheerio. Bye-bye, old friend. I mean, that I'm sure was what it was like. Horror Express. So many years ago, we wrote a movie about Al Adamson and Sam Sherman. So we spent a lot of time, myself, Sam Borowski, Dwayne Whitaker, researching this filmmaker partnership. And these guys have done a perfect job. When I say these guys, Severin, in curating this collection, and the documentary about Al Adamson is fantastic. Really great. Now, maybe one day we'll make that movie. Maybe someone here watching will be like, oh, I'd like to see Dan Roebuck's version of that movie. I'll put up $20 million just find me through Severin. We'll make them a producer too. So, okay, right there it is. I'm putting this is a big greedy grab. I feel bad about it, but I'm taking it. One thing about being a kid of the 60s and 70s is we had Famous Monsters. And Famous Monsters really was whatever they said, we were like, I'm in, right? So all these movies that I'm grabbing, you saw in or on the cover of Famous Monsters magazine. Milton Subotsky, I don't know, Forey must have known him. All those Amicus titles that were always promoted in Famous Monsters. And here's one because anybody who likes monsters likes anthology. And here we have the movie set in the asylum where I think their tagline was, Asylum, you will be killed. Asylum, you would be killed. Asylum, you will be killed.
Come to the asylum to get killed.
You got to love that Severin's not bringing you just exploitation. They're bringing you the greatest performers in the history of movies, especially out of our English cinema. Herbert Lom's in this. Peter Cushing's in this. The great Patrick McGee. More wine!
Dr. Martin is ready to come down, sir.
Okay, sometimes you got to come down to the bottom here in the cellar. You got to go to the cellar of the cellar because I knew Zulu Dawn would be the last movie in their great group of movies. I was in Yugoslavia. We were filming a Dirty Dozen TV movie directed by a great director, Kevin Connor. You remember At the Earth's Core and all those great 1970 movies with like Doug McClure and Peter Cushing. And he directed the pilot. And then Doug Hickox came to direct the second episode. Who's Doug Hickox? Hello, Theater of Blood. Hello. What are you, nutty? Father of Anthony Hickox, great director. So Doug, I got to talk to him and meet him, but I didn't get to be directed by him. But Zulu Dawn is a Doug Hickox movie starring Burt Lancaster, right? I'm not one of these actors who likes watching the man, get beat down. But these are great movies about a time, colonialism that, we may have forgotten, but all you got to do is watch Gandhi or another movie you may have heard of, Lawrence of Arabia, to see. So this is kind of in that ilk. And anything Doug Hickox touched with Burt Lancaster or Peter O'Toole has to be fantastic. So thank you, Severin. Do you ever see this one, Chris? Hello?
Don't be silly.
All right, so Threads. I've never seen this, and it's supposed to be just fabulous. You watch the trailer, and it looks so visceral and real. I remember a day in probably 1984 when I first moved to Hollywood when Red Dawn came out. And I watched Red Dawn in the morning, then I watched The Russians Are Coming, and then put on the day after. I'm going to wait till the right time, like when I'm really in a good mood, then I'll put this on, and that'll change everything.
What's the point of wasting food on people who are going to die anyway?
Well, I mean, come on, Robo-War. Now, it's guys in the jungle going after an alien from another planet who's hunting them. Sound familiar?
Now shut your fucking face, you cocksucker.
Apocalypse Now, huge movie, shot in the Philippines. So they brought in all these experts and taught locals there how to blow stuff up. Canon Films was there constantly, whoever made Robo-War. And the great Reb Brown, Captain America, baby. That's right, Reb Brown, Robo-War, see it, it's fun, I love it.
Killed Peel. Peel was my friend. Now I'm gonna get to you, you bastard.
David, now you've given me so much and so many people. You've been very generous. I'm sorry, we're going to put you on camera. No, don't be shy. This is a camera. Say hello.
Hi.
So David is very generous, and I've known him for a very long time, and a very good storyteller. And we wanted to give you something because you put me in your Devil's Reign DVD, and a lot of people have commented on that because they like that portion of the DVD. So we thought we would give you something. Don't you need a set of Devil's Reign dolls?
Oh, yes, I do.
These dolls were made by Brent's Dolls. You could find them, Brent's Toys for Sale, I think on Facebook. But anyway, thank you for all that you do for the rest of us who make films and love films and are in films, and you give us all of this, and we're grateful.